We've waited and waited, and finally it has arrived. Welcome to Season 2 of the Trio Marble Championship Games. Ice Dash is the first event. It's one we saw in the qualifiers. There'll be 4 heats of 4 teams each. The top 2 in each will advance until the final round, where medals will be handed out. In the qualifiers, we saw this event as the clincher. Event 4 out of 4. It was Calcium from the Electrolytes that came out on top over Kelvin from the Freeze Burns and Shimmer from the Shining Stars. It was that performance from the Electrolytes that led to them winning the qualifiers over the Scientists and the Shining Stars, who were also on the podium of Event 4. Other marbles to watch: Pigment, Win. Those two were in the top 5 from the Twilight Tailors and Team Winfinity. If they are in this event, they will be trying to repeat their success they had in the qualifiers. There was an example run. We saw them all veer the top side, I guess, to try and get in the draft with the other competitors. One thing to note is this is a relatively quick course, so getting in the draft could be advantageous, but it also could pose a risk for these marbles, as you don't want to get caught too far behind and not be able to make an overtake. Here we have Plaz, Calcium, Panthy, and Calvin, 2 of the top 2 from the qualifiers in this heat, and one will advance, the other will not. It is the Polar Panthers who will sneak in second. Plaz got 4th of 4. Calcium will not advance after winning this event in the qualifiers. Calvin, now the door is wide open for them, and Panthy, who outperformed them as well. Those two teams are going to be very happy. The Electrolytes are not. They thought they had a good run, or a good chance to make a good run in this event, but it did not pan out for them. And now it's Sargent, Lavender, Neutron, and Geology in Heat 2. None of these teams did particularly well in the qualifiers, but Geology going to take the win here. They tied for 11th in the qualifiers. Sargent down in 13th in the qualifiers. Both will advance. I guess that extra experience is what made the difference. However, Neutron had the same, and I believe it was Lavender who ran for the Lilac Lightning in the qualifiers. So everybody kind of on even footing here. Geology will advance, however. Scientists continue their good form from the qualifiers. Will it hold up further in the season? We'll have to find out. 8 teams remain to go. Still some question marks on how some of these teams, like the Hummingbirds in this heat, will stack up against teams who were in the 16-team qualifier. Shimmer out to an early lead here, and they will coast to the end. And speaking of the aforementioned Hummingbirds, who did not really have this practice going against 16 teams in a competitive tournament so far, fall to the back of the pack. You have to wonder if the pressure put on these marbles in the qualifiers carries over. Pyro will also advance. Win will not. Scorch, of course, placed last out of the 16 teams for the Ferocious Flames in the qualifiers and was replaced. And it was a good choice there because they have advanced. Now Maroon, Pigment, Lava, and Wolf, another team to watch. The Wolf Warriors, how will they fare with the stress? Not very good. They will also get 4th. And I believe that was Pigment who won. Pigment placed 4th and just missed the podium in the qualifiers. They get a second chance here. And again, the door is wide open because Calcium did not advance. They will pick up the win there. Second place was very close, but it will go to Lava. Maroon goes no further, and neither does Wolf. That's all 3 podium teams from last season eliminated already. The Polar Panthers, however, did advance. Perhaps they have a little bit of a home field advantage here. Lilac Lightning start down in 14th. I believe that's the lowest they've ever been in the Trio Marble Championship standings. Pigment, Pyro, Calvin, and Sargent. Pigment and Calvin are marbles to watch, but neither will win. It will go to Pyro. Calvin once again advances over another contender. This time, Pigment is the one who gets left out, and they will go no further. Neither does Sargent. Sargent had a good first run, gets just caught up on the wall up there and loses all momentum, falls behind Pigment. And it's Pyro and Calvin who will be going to the finals. A good switch so far for the Ferocious Flames. They're looking to go from last in the qualifiers to first in Event 1 with just a marble change. Shimmer, Lava, Geology, and Panthy. And they're off. Lava had it briefly watched the top. Panthy will take it for the hosting team. And it's the Shining Stars in second. Lava falls to third and will not advance. Geology, 4th out of 4. And the hosting team, the Polar Panthers, will get a finals berth in the first event of the season. Very exciting for the home fans. Watch Shimmer's overtake there. What a play. 2 advance to the finals. Lava, Geology go no further, obviously. But where will they stack up compared to the first heat? I couldn't tell if the times were faster or slower. Visually, it didn't look very different. Pigment will get 5th, Lava 6th, Geology 7, and Sargent can only manage 8. 4 remain as we head to the finals. Calvin, Shimmer, Panthy, and Pyro, they have all proved themselves, but who will win? They're off. Panthy briefly has it. Can it be held? It can. And the Polar Panthers making a statement earlier that hosting will not be a detriment to their team. If anything, it'll be a boost. The Polar Panthers go out there and win the first gold of Season 2 comparatively to the Plasma Stripes Season 1. They did not have a great season. Polar Panthers proving it can be done. You can host and you can win. Calvin comes in second once again, and Shimmer once again comes in third. Repeats for those two, but for the Polar Panthers, it is gold, and for Pyro, it was not enough to end up on the overall podium. We head to the standings now, or at least the results, but it will be the standings as well, as there is only one event so far. The Polar Panthers lead at home over the Freezeburns and Shining Stars, and they should be making their way to the podium right about now. Now, the order of the standings should be no surprise considering we just saw the results of the only event so far. However, what is surprising is some of the heavy hitters we have at the bottom of the standings. Hummingbirds, 3rd place in Season 1, down in 11th. 2nd place, Wolf Warriors, down in 12th. The winners of Season 1, Lilac Lightning, down in 14th. We look at the top, and the Polar Panthers setting a new precedent and showing they are here to play. We will see you all in Event 2, Balancing.